Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is I guess a quick build log on a another PC, another Ryzen based PC. This is I think it's an Aerocool case. I think it's about between 35 and £40. It's a budget build essentially, running Ryzen 5 2600, as you can see. An old video card with a Radeon 68, is it 50? So it's about a decade old now. So it's only in there really for really basic purposes, display, that kind of thing. Good little system though for what it was about. I think it was the motherboard was a gigabyte board. The RAM was HyperX, which you can see just there, and I'll actually turn it on in a minute. You can see there is some neon to it, and yes, it has a DVD drive. Shock horror, given what year it is, but at the end of the day, it's a budget build, nothing more, nothing less really. Magnetic filter there, so space there to put more fans on if you wish. And yeah, there's your blue glow. It'll fit two at the front. It has a mesh filter, but I don't, if I recall, think it has a I don't know if it's got a fan filter at the front. You have to excuse the angle I'm at with this. It's a tricky little bugger to get off. Yeah, so it's just, oh no, there is a type of mesh, so it does, oh, my fingers are stuck, help. So basically, I've just retrofitted a couple of fans. Cable tidying, as you can see, is atrocious, on the to-do list. I took an old fan from my Zalman system, and I took a Fantex fan out of my Fantex case, because I've got Corsair blue LED fans in there, so but it's alright for what it is. It's a good little rig. It's got an SSD in there, when I'm not going to rip that open because that's where all the cables are, and that will look like a nightmare. But yeah, it's a decent little system. As you can see, it's a B450 board, a gigabyte, and I will show you some pictures of the box in a moment, so at least you can see it for yourself. It has got a fan controller on it. I think it's a fan controller at the front. Anyway, I will give you the lowdown. Yeah, in fact, the Fantex one I've got has one, but I think I broke it or something, or I've never used it. But yeah, so you can, I wouldn't recommend doing this, but you can do this if you wish. You can turn the fans off, which I think is suicide, honestly. That just means that you just got the heatsink running, which is a death trap in itself. Or have it on low, which is not a bad idea given the fact it's not really a gaming machine. I mean, it's got the grunt to do it if the card's replaced, and yeah, it is an XFX 6850 with 1 gig of RAM, so it's nothing exactly special. Although I do remember trying to play PUBG on it, or my brother did, and he got, I think it was 7 frames a second, which is pretty awful, and he'd get 15 if he looked towards the ground. So that was a couple of years back, but I've never actually filmed that. But that's, you know, for what it is. And again, it's a Corsair power supply. Again, budget end as such. And there's a Kingston 120 gig SSD in there, so it's a pretty snappy system. Just needs a graphics card. It doesn't need one, but being a bit of a gamer myself, I sort of really want to get one for it. But in case my system ever has any issues or problems, I think. But to be honest, given the new Ryzen stuff is coming out in the next couple of months, I believe it is. So, and we've got space for another disk drive if you really want to. I do sort of miss the disk drive sometimes. I've been sort of using mine, well, I've had to use an external one on my PC for watching old DVDs, like more different region DVDs, because I spent some time out in New Zealand, so I've got all mixes of different regions for Stargate SG-1, so which is always fun. So, and there's a little, I won't go into it, the utility you can get. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's a big little smiley face that smiles at you. So it's and it changes the region of your thing, which is of your DVD drive. Because I think you can change your DVD drive region something like 5 times or something. But once you change it for that 5th time, then literally all you've got is it locks it to that region, so you can never change the region again. So that little utility, I can't remember what it's called. No, DVD for free, something like that. And as you can see, it's just a really basic keyboard and mouse, which I'm not going to show because no one really cares. But it's pretty snappy for what it is. Wanted to do some different content. Yeah, and again, just a little budget monitor. Well, technically a TV I got many years ago, but it does the job. In fact, I think the system's actually quicker than mine on the IPC side of things, because I'm running a 1700X, which I've got overclocked to 3.8 something, about 3.875, something like that, on a Cool Master dual water cooler. It's in one of the other videos. I imagine if anyone's seen anything on my channel, you would have seen it at some point or another. But yeah, I will give you a lowdown on the price and stuff and what the parts cost. I mean, I already had the power supply, already had the graphics card, so it was just essentially CPU, memory, and RAM. And I would cry, if I'm honest about it, given the prices of RAM now, because that HyperX is a 3200, yeah, it's 3200 megahertz. DDR4 RAM, that was £79. I bought mine in 2018, I think it was. No, I bought, it's a bit more flashy. Yeah, sure. I bought some Corsair RGB RAM. I don't know if it was Avengers RAM. I can't remember. That cost me £180. So the people that have been, well, whoever jacks the prices up on this RAM stuff needs to be stopped, because it was ludicrous to pay that. But I didn't have any choice, because if I wanted a working system, I needed DDR4 RAM. So, but yeah, anyways, that's just a quick video on this 2600. And as I said, I'll put some pictures of the box and etc., so you can at least see the specs, and I'll give you a price lowdown on the description.